How can you spot a wolf in sheep's clothing? Sometimes a wolf will use the people of God for their own sexual gratification. This kind of wolf will often go many years without being detected. And this is brought up in Scripture. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 2, many false teachers will follow their sensuality. Verse 10, and especially those who indulge the flesh in its corrupt desires. Verse 13 and 14, they count it a pleasure to revel in the daytime. They are stains and blemishes, reveling in their deceptions, as they carouse with you, having eyes full of adultery that never cease from sin. It's astonishing to me how many cult leaders have lived sexually promiscuous lives. Joseph Smith, founder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, had somewhere between 30 and 40 wives when he died. His youngest was only 14 when they were, quote, sealed. Some of those wives were already married to other men when he ended up taking them. David Koresh, the leader of the Branch Davidian cult, had about 20 wives at the very end, some of them as young as 10 years old. He told the members that all of the marriages in that church were dissolved and that he could have any of the women that he wanted. Warren Jeffs, the so-called prophet of the fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, had somewhere between 80 and 90 wives, some extremely young. He's currently serving a life sentence in prison for sexual assault of minors. Jim Jones had sexual relations with many of the different women in his church, and he claimed that they were spiritually beneficial for those women. But it's really not just cult leaders that engage in these sinful practices. Many pastors within genuine Christian churches have had to be removed from ministry because of sexual sin. Some even preying upon many different young girls, and doing so for decades. So, before you give your support to a preacher, find out if there are any alleged sex scandals surrounding that man. If he has committed adultery or been involved in homosexual relations and then later reinstated as the pastor of a church, that's a red flag. If he has divorced his wife as a believer and then remarried, that's a red flag. Of course, if he used so-called prophecy to groom and prey upon young girls over and over, that's not just a red flag, it's a huge stop sign. I believe that a man that is engaged in those kinds of lifestyles has disqualified himself from leadership in a local church. Be careful and use discernment, my friends.